Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. As many of you may know, we have been taking a look at some Glam Girl products and just how they changed them with this new release. And today we're going to take a look at the planners themselves, and I'm going to do my best to show you what has changed, what's been some of the biggest changes in the Glam Girl line. So if you're new here, welcome. I am so glad to have you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss all the fun. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so very much for your support. I'm so glad to have you with me today. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for those of you who are brand new to planning and maybe don't know a whole lot about what I'm talking about, who Glam Girl is, what I am speaking of, every year Happy Planner releases a Happy Planner Girl line where they embrace women or embrace certain personality types in girls among the fall season they're released for the upcoming year. And one of the very first planners I had was Glam Girl. And of course, I loved her very much. And they're re-releasing her this year. You can still pick this one up on their website, Hobby Lobby. I think it's at Michael's. Don't quote me on that. I know it's at Hobby Lobby. I think it's at Michael's. I bought this one at the Happy Planning store just so I didn't have to worry about it. But I think it is at those locations as well. And we're going to take a look at the differences. So I'm going to start with this planner. This is the new planner. There are always two different cover renditions to the planners, and among those covers is, let me see if I can get this one out of the way a little bit better. Among those covers is the only difference that you're going to see. So there's two covers on the inside. Everything is exactly the same. So I chose this one. The other one has makeup brushes on it, and it's kind of more pink colored, and I think it has pink discs. But other than that, they're exactly the same. I chose the blue, gold, and white, and it says happiness looks gorgeous on you. Of course, the inside is this really pretty, there's some scallops, little pretty line, just very feminine. Hello Gorgeous, this Happy Planner belongs to, and this is where you'd put your name. You have your overview of your years, your perpetual calendar, which is super nice if you are a perpetual calendar kind of person. They did this for the first time last year. This was not part of the original Happy Planner Girl line. These were actually sticky notes from the original Happy Planner Girl. I did not see them release sticky notes this year with the girl line, or with this particular girl of the girl line. The year or the month at a glance is monthly goals, important dates, and you have write it down, which is just a little section for you to jot down anything that you found super important and super memorable for the month. And then you start your monthly. January, I advocate glamorous every day, every minute. And then you have your month at a glance. What I love is how they did this little bubble line on the weekends. I think that's super pretty. And then you see some colors, but it's actually overall fairly neutral. They didn't color it up too much. You just see some colors over here, and the rest inside is fairly neutral. Then as you get into the weeks themselves, you have a color shading up here. Your top 3 things this week, notes and ideas, a kind of little glance, month at a glance right there, which is very common in most of their planners. And then you have some leopardish shading right here. This used to be at the bottom, and so this is new. This is definitely different and would require, what's the right word? It would require a little more work to color these up and change them. So if you don't like this, it would be a little bit more difficult. Like at the bottom, they used to have them, and I would put washi over them just to shade them if I was doing a theme for a week. So you're going to have to plan out a little bit better for that. And then, of course, each week is the difference. Love this day. They still threw a little bit at the bottom. Here's to a brilliant year. And then you have your next month. So one thing you're going to see among the planner is every month at a glance is pretty much, it's the same general idea. You might see an icon change here and there. And then these are different. And then like February has purple, and then this is pink. And then these are the same, but this is purple. overall, and then it just pretty much changes colors from there. So like the makeup brush is different here, chic happens, and then of course you have the greenish here, the purple here, and then in the weeks you have a green here. This is remains the same. April is lips again. You got this pretty little makeup brush, and then the colors kind of repeat from that point in time. So this purple color and pink, that's there to stay. So you have to love that. And you also want to think about your discs when you're matching them, if they will work with whatever color you have. So now let's go ahead and flip to each month. There you have it. And that is and this I believe is very similar to the planner cover if you get the other planner cover. But that is the new Glam Girl line. Of course, the back cover has the Live Creatively with just one last note page at the very back. They normally do that with all of their planners, and then it's the end of the planner. And then one thing that's kind of neat is on the back, this one has like the pink. This one came kind of pretty dirty though, I will say that. But there's the pink and the white on the back, and then you have the gold and the white on the front, which is super cool. I like that little color rendition. Okay, so I'm going to do my best. This one is very well loved and used, and it's been frankenplanned, and it's been planned in, and you're not going to be able to see the whole integrity of the planner because I used every month in this planner. In fact, there only is like 1/4 left of the planner, and then there's a bunch of other nonsense in here. So this also came in 2 different color options. I don't remember what the other cover was. I obviously am in love with blue, green, blue, teal, whatever. She leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. This has been my favorite planner cover of all time. I've never found a planner cover I liked as best as this one. And I love the inside of this cover as well. It was super cute. I've even thought about trying to figure out how to use this as my front cover because it is just so cute. I don't have enough positive things to say about this planner. I absolutely loved it. And then of course the back is pretty much exactly the same. The Live Creatively at the bottom, and then you have that at the back. So pretty much the same. I actually had the covers off of the planner because I wanted to keep them handy in case I wanted to use them, and I have this stored away since it was gone. So I'm going to try to flip through and see if I can show you the main difference between them. Obviously, I don't have all 12 months in here, so you're not going to be able to see the total integrity, and it is used. So when you're seeing a completed week, you're not seeing weeks that I actually, are there to plan in. But a lot of the covers were different, and these were different obviously because it was a different planner. But let's see. Try to find. Okay. All right. So this week, for example, it's going to be a little bit tough to see because again, this one is completed week, so you can't quite see in it. But one thing that you'll notice the difference is this planner actually had 3 separate sections versus this one, which is just the lined open section. So you had the scallops at each individual offset, and if you wanted to cover them up, I always did sometimes with washi in case I didn't want stickers to infringe on them. And then again at the bottom, which this one is a completed week, so you can't totally see it, but there was a purple leopard just like this at the bottom, and I did cover that with some washi. Just as you can see in this week, I covered it with some colorful washi because it didn't go with the colors that were in here, and so on and so forth. So the biggest difference among the planner themselves as far as the weeks are concerned is that this one is just lined with a little shading at the top, and then this one is lined with these with the scallops, and it had 3 individual sections versus this one, which is just open. I like either way. I think that there's something to be said about the individual boxes, but truthfully, I never had a specific theme for each box. I just always did what I wanted to do, so I understand that this makes a little bit more sense as well. A little bit less boundaries with this one. I always loved the lines, though. I felt like the lines added something to it. Your month, let's see if I can find one I didn't use in this. Let's go to October. I don't think I used, well, I kind of did, but November, maybe, oh, I didn't use November's, yay, okay. So the month at a glance was very different, and I actually really like this one better. It had the currently page, which I know a lot of people like to write this down, but to me this is much more memory planning than it really was. You know, I don't know that you need to refer to this. It's just kind of more like memory, that you'd like to remember what you use this for. So even though I did love this, it wasn't necessarily good for planning as much as memory planning for me. So I really think that they did a good job of redesigning the currently page. I love this little goals this month, and they did keep that, although they added a little bit more to it so you can jot down more than just one. And I really think they did a good job overview of this page. Looks a lot better to me. It also looks a little bit more modern. This is a little bit more traditional. Super cute. Still love it, very much so, but it's definitely a little bit more traditional. So all in all, they kept the main portions of integrity. I would say the covers themselves, although I love this cover, it's very professional looking in my opinion, or, well, I mean, you know, more chic. This is my favorite cover I've ever seen, and I love even the back cover of this one the best, more than I've ever seen any other cover. I think it's super fun. It's super busy, but it's super fun and super colorful, and I really love that as well. The planners themselves are definitely very similar, so if you feel like you missed out on the first Glam Girl planner, don't, because you can pick this one up and relive all of the glory. One thing I was sad to see is that they did not have sticky notes released with this planner this year, and I am a big fan of sticky notes, so I did pull my old ones out, and I'm going to try to use what I can of them. There's still a couple pieces left in them, so I'm going to try to definitely use what I can, and then I'll just put in a new one, keeping that Glam Girl love alive, because I definitely love my Glam Girl planner. And then, of course, lastly, the biggest difference is the currently page, and then the fact that this one is an open planner instead of those line pages. So you're probably going to hear a lot of people talk about the Glam Girl planner. I think it was one of the most loved planners of any particular line. Glam Girl love was like a real thing, and so super excited to have it back in my life. I'm very, very pleased with this selection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that brings some insight to you on just how Glam Girl has changed. Let's hope they release her every year, because she's a prize to be won, and I adore her, adore this planner. I'm contemplating picking up one and just storing it in case, and then like redoing it. I know it's silly. I probably won't do that, but I absolutely adore it. I've also contemplated picking it up so I could start right now, but I think I will just franken plan my planner to make it start so I can use it for the next 2 months with my current planner. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and happy planning. Can't wait to see you on the next one.